Mina, konbanwa, JesusFreakinGamer here, back with the final episode of Love Plus. Rinko Kobayakawa is our lover. Do you feel all warm and fuzzy inside? I certainly do. Especially around my nipples. It's beautiful. So, we are Aizawa Saito! And we are about to spend some time with her, and I think a complication will rise.
ありがとう。一応、お礼言っとく。またセーブしないで電源切ったってわけ？見損なった。
ごめんなさい、リンコちゃん. Here's part of Love Plus mode. Now I'm gonna actually, this is gonna kind of be a whine/rage episode because there's a lot about Love Plus that I do not enjoy. I'm gonna go over all those steps as I record this video. Now this I actually don't mind. This is really interesting. Once you go into Love Plus mode, you are officially in real time. And I actually went into this file at least one other time thinking I was going to be able to record. It actually didn't happen. This is happening a week or two after the original recording took place. So I went into the file and it was like, hey, your new life with your girlfriend has begun. And you have two options, which we'll see in a second. That's right. No, it happened twice. I did it once and I turned off. I did it one time and I was like, oh crap, I can't record now either. And I saw this little thing and I was like, oh, this is a great chance to talk about this. If you go into the file, like if you just turn on the game and you're like, oh, never mind, I don't have time to play, and you load up another game, who cares? If you go into this game and you go into one of the files and then you do not save, and so you see the two selections that you were about to see, and you do not save, the girl will be mad at you. And her mood when we were playing the regular game, you saw the little thing up in, I don't know, somewhere this corner over here. My hand doesn't even appear on the screen. But up in the corner there, on the left-hand side, above all the penalties, penalty boxes that you see. The little face where it was like big old grin like, ah, I'm happy. I like you. It goes down a little bit. It's not quite as happy. And since this has happened twice, I'm not sure how much of a good mood she'll be in. Also, since I said I'd go out on a date with her that Sunday and that didn't happen, yeah, so that's kind of like a triple whammy against me. So we're going to go ahead and just go into the game. What happens? Okay. The girl's feelings have become cold. The first few times it said you're about to enjoy your new life with your girlfriend or something to that effect. Now the girl's feelings have become cold. Oh, congratulations, your life with your girlfriend has begun. Her feelings have gone cold and the relationship just started. Shit. We have real-time mode and skip mode. Now skip mode, I might just do a little bit of skip mode to show you guys how one date goes in the Love Plus mode because it is different. Now real-time mode we're going to go into first, and it's exactly what it says on the tin because the Nintendo DS does keep track of the date and the time. Real-time mode is just that. You play the game in real time. So, you know, what you're going to see, like it's 9:58 p.m. on a Friday. You're going to see that when I go into the game. Let's go ahead and click on that. This mode's time flows according to your real time. You now have Action Point added to your life. All kinds of actions using phone or email will consume your Action Point. You have limited Action Point to use per day, so think beforehand and use it wisely. Enjoy your life with your girlfriend. Call, email, and go on dates together in real time. I finally got myself a girlfriend, huh? After getting a girlfriend, I'm sure my life will change somehow. Hopefully for the better, if you don't keep getting her feelings to run cold like you do. Like I do. It's my fault. What do I do now? Puffa, 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 ... Should I take a look at how... I almost said a lot there. Take a look at how I'll spend my life from now on? Since the whole purpose of this episode is to show how to play through the game, I'm anxious to examine it. Let's do this. Alright, I better take a look. This will be like practice. I get to hang out with her normally, but this time it will be an actual date. As opposed to the last date where she was like, this is the first date I've ever gone on. That wasn't actual. What's coming up is actual. If she's in a good mood, I can try touching her too. If things go well, I might even get to kiss her. You gotta start somewhere, guys. But of course, I probably won't master it on the first try. Oh, don't we all know? Well, maybe not all. First off, if I don't fix myself up, I can't possibly ask her out on a date. Referring to that heart you see, or I'm sorry, you don't. Sense and charm, I'm still blocking them like a jerk. Gomennasai, mina. There is, again, we have fitness, intelligence, then sense in orange, charm in purple. Sense has a heart now. In that case, I'll have to carefully choose my activities each day. Only schedule appears. Nothing but wow. Okay, well, I guess this is practice mode, so yeah, let's schedule this. The activities you choose will occur at the real time. Depending on the command you choose, different kinds of events can happen at different times. Once at least one of your stats reaches max value, you can invite your girlfriend to a date. Action points will be consumed after a date. You then need to raise your stats again to reach max value. So what all that means is you need at least one heart in one of the 4 categories to go on a date with her. Right now I have 1 heart in sense. So I could go on a date with her. And having different hearts in different categories does different things. I have a table of that somewhere. I'm probably not going to go into deep detail there. I'm going to be referencing walkthroughs that are online. The 2 big sites for Love Plus walkthroughs and guides. I'm going to list them in the description below. So you'll see that to get into whatever detail I don't get into if you're really interested in playing this game, which I'll show you I've been incredibly interested, somewhat to my chagrin, on playing this game. Okay, so today is an event of some kind. Let's just dive into this day. We want sense. We want life. Let's get some more stats going. Let's see if we can't be physically boof. Just when you visit a location, its level will increase, and later you can bring your girlfriend there. There are time restrictions for some locations too. So the time restriction, I'll dive into that. Oh, never mind. I can't dive into that. There is a shrine here, in this area right in here, that you cannot visit after 6 p.m. The time periods of the day go 8 to 12. Let's go back to this screen real quick. Back it up. First little zone here is going to be 8 to 12. This zone is going to be 1 to 3, or 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Second one is going to be 12 to 3 p.m. This third one is going to be 3 to 6 p.m. This fourth one is going to be 6 to 9 p.m. And there are also, you go to the mountain area, only 2 locations here. Other locations will open up, 3 specifically. The hill area, you've got other locations that will open up past those 3. And to open up a location, you'll check this out here. The level is 0. Now to go there with your girlfriend, the level needs to be at least 1 or higher, up to a max of 3. And over time, those areas lose, yeah, you can see the tip out of here. There's a bar that fills all the way up, and it goes to level 1, then 2, then 3. And over time, those levels slowly but surely drain. And you see that there. You can just barely see it. Whenever you go out to a location, one thing goes up, another thing goes down. So here, intelligence goes up, charm goes down. That's the garden. They have more than 5,000 species of plants. The sports center, there is nothing there. Let me see if I can actually edit this real quick, because I want to show you guys a little something there. This will be good for instructional purposes. So up fitness, down sense, back to the game. Theme park, level 1, I could go on a date with my girlfriend. We can go there. And your fitness goes up and your intelligence goes down. Let's just go ahead and highlight that. And you lose 5 activity points for that, for a total of 7 up here. So, do you see the 5? You can't see the 5, so I'm going to move my thing again. Woo! I'm just traveling all over the place today. Blip. So 5 points there. So we're just going to say, yes, that's what we want to do. It's exactly what we want to do. Go somewhere else. Herpa-derpa-derpski. Can't you, whenever you see nothing in this area here, you can't date the girl there. That's not possible. So these just have various things you can do. So let's go to Electric Town. Oh, excuse me, guys. Ugh. And you'll see, we're going to move my character yet again. Woohoo! Moving all over the place. So click back on here. You'll see fitness and intelligence. They have gains based on the various activities that I'm doing. Woohoo! Throughout the day. That's an event. I think there's a music whatchamadoohickey going on this week. I did that in the other files that I'm currently playing. So I'm pretty sure there's a music event. And charm will go down just a little bit. So you have phys ed. Well, I can't show you the stats over here as well as the activities over here. Let's see, how can I do this? Okay, so phys ed makes your fitness go up. Take my word for it. Event does nothing. That's a special event. Requires no points. Actually required 2 points. Going to the theme park requires 5 points. Fitness goes up and intelligence goes down. Maybe I can actually move this. Yeah, you can see stuff here. This works. We're going to go with that. So the theme park, it ups your fitness a bit, and it lowers your intelligence. Took 5 action points. Good English. Electric Town, 3 action points. Intelligence goes up and charm goes down. So we're going to say okay to this day. And we have stuff to practice. So maybe I can show you the schedule of today later. We're going to practice skinship, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It is where you practice touching your girl. I'm getting sleepy. This isn't good. I'm really sleepy. Huh? Where am I? It's all white. Puffu, puffu, puffu. Puffu, puffu, puffu. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Lots of wisdom going on here. It's starting to become a little clearer. Eh? Kubayakawa? Why am I here? So this is just a dream. Lucid dreaming. I've done that before. It's really fun when you can you're in the dream and you can control what's going on. Since it's a dream, maybe she won't get angry if I touch her. Alright, I'll try touching her. Watch the eye icon on the left screen. Now, try touching your girlfriend. Alright. So, and you see the little thing going up and down here? When you see it flashing like that, that means everyone's looking at you. It says, well, if I touch her when that happens. Watch the eye icon's level on the left. Only touch her when the level is low. This is not how this works at all. Oh, doggone it! I missed my dialogue. I was surprised, even in the middle of a dream, she gave a reaction. I wonder if I could touch her a little more. Yay, she liked it. So this is not how it works in the actual game. Usually, you go through this step here where you see like how many people are looking at you. You click when at least like one of the gray icons is gone. All 3 can be gone to where like no one's looking. As long as one of them's gray, you're good. And you will then enter into the ability to touch her. So this isn't actually happening like how it happens in the game. Usually you click once when the icons, or at least one of them's in the gray, then you go into the ability to touch her. So this is not completely accurate to the game itself. Seems like she's happy. I don't even know where I touched her. I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was going to disappear. It was going to tell me, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to touch there. Or did I? I need to repent. But there are times when it's not good to touch her. Okay, gray. Gray out for me. I'm going to pretend like this is the actual game, although apparently it's not. And we're going to try to touch the hair. Okay, people, stop looking. Go away! I want to touch my girlfriend in public. Go away. Aw, you're happy. There are 6 spots you can touch her. Touching them in order. Looks like she's really enjoying it. Her responses are different depending on where I touch her. Hint for Rinko. She really likes being touched on her ears. Okay. So I'm going to move me, once again, down into the corner, because I can read all that stuff over here, and you guys can just take my word for it. I would never lead you astray. Depending on her mood, some places will be good to touch, and some bad. Haven't experimented too much with that. I generally go for the head, the ears, and the forehead. And those are 3 different areas right there. There are more areas to touch. Those are just the areas I generally touch because generally Rinko is happy with all 3 of those areas. Now, the different girls have different like strong spots and different weak spots. Monica, for example, you can never, ever touch her ears. She's never happy when you touch her ears. Don't touch Monica on the ears if you're interested in her. Rinko, her ears are her weakness. If you touch her there, she will never say no unless you've touched her somewhere else that she doesn't like accidentally touched her chest there, and that time was an actual accident. Yeah, you can touch them pretty much anywhere on the screen. As a matter of fact, hold on, if I can reach out to my controller here, and let's see if I'm on the right setting. Yeah, you can actually control the camera angle, drop the screen. If you touch anywhere on this, like on the nameplate, you can drop that. And so you can actually touch anywhere along her body that appears here. And yes, I mean anywhere. And yes, it's still a Christian channel. So make that reappear. Looks like the number of times I can touch her depends on her mood too. True, if she's like super duper happy, you can move into the kissing area after 3 touches. Sometimes if she's not as happy or her mood's kind of down, it can take up to 6 times of making her happy, touching her where she's happy. That sounds so bad. To make this real, to make this work. So where can I touch her? I guess I'll give it a go. Oh, the dumb little thing up there disappeared. Good. So now she loves the ears. Oh, okay, this is actually going to tell me where I can touch her. So touch the hair.
髪触るの好きなわけ？別にいいけど。
Alright, so forehead next. Oh, after I make the dialogue box go away. Her hair? It's okay, I guess, because I'm her boyfriend. Then forehead.
おでこって変わってるね。
Totemo. Totally. Okay, so her forehead. She looks so cute. Okay, the ear.
耳？まあ構わないけど。
Now, when it says body, her ear, I wonder if she's ticklish. I know you can touch her hand and her arms as well. Body I don't focus too much on. Let's see if we can't touch her there again.
ああ、これだから男ってやつはさ。
Oh, hell yes! That's exactly what we like to do, Rinko. And yes, you can touch their breasts. Usually, Rinko hates it. Nene almost always likes it, being the most well-endowed. Interesting choice, Konami. Interesting choice. And Monica usually puts up with that as well. The body can also extend to the belly region, and usually not anything lower than that. But sometimes they're okay with you touching them down there too. If they're in a really good mood, sometimes you can get away with it. Her body, I have to be careful with this. And now the arm. That's another place you can touch. I usually don't.
はいはい、どうぞ。
Ah, nice to meet you. I'm your new boyfriend. Hopefully we'll get along well. Her arm. It would be good if we could walk arm in arm. Ah, young love. So innocent. And then the hand.
で、嫌いじゃないよ。
Rinko generally doesn't like the hand very much from just my own little experimenting. Her hand. I want to hold her hand. Her hair, forehead, ear, body, arm, and hand. It's about all. Bloop. Ah, the world is turning white again. Is it over already? Just a bit more. Kobayakawa! Wait! Huh? Where am I? Where's my shining white world? Where's my beautiful girlfriend? Ah, doggone it. I see. A dream, huh? What a vivid and lively dream. But I won't be satisfied with just a dream. I need to stop doing that. But I probably won't. Alright! I'll do it right up on the date. Or right on the date. That sounds like weird English. On the day that she confessed to me. I promised her that I'd go on a date with her. I better decide on the location. Okay, I'll call and ask her out. It's a good idea to ask her out on a holiday. I think it's okay to call her now. Oh, I got a message of some kind. Kobayakawa. I should call her now. Kobayakawa. I should call her now. Okay. Tutorial is forcing me to use the telephone. And I think The skinship part was optional. This part I don't believe is optional. Last time I last did this was a long time ago. That'll all be a part of the rant, which I do later on. You can use your telephone. Oh, I'm sorry, you can use telephone, not your telephone, just telephone, to call your girlfriend. Some of the typos here are so weird. Try to max your stats first before inviting her for a date. Like I said, going back over here, the sense. Try maxing your stats. I have well, actually, I technically haven't maxed out in sense, but I've gotten 1 heart. You can get up to 4 hearts in all 4 areas. So, move that back down there. With different stats max out, not maxed out, max out, you can have various special actions during a date. That is true. Depending on which areas you have a heart in, various things take place. And depending on the various combinations, various things take place. Look in the description for links. You will find them there. You don't need to have high stats if you just call your girlfriend out. But try not to make her upset. So we're going to invite to a date now. By the way, calling out you can only do before 9 o'clock. I think it's between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. when you can call them out, and there are only 3 places where you can hang out. And I'll say it doesn't even have a little compass where I could show you guys, so I'll show you guys later. Invite her to a date. Ah, it's me. Hi. Please select a date on the calendar. At the scheduled date and time, don't forget to come to meet her. Your girlfriend will be in quite a good mood after you ask her to a date. And holidays, that is going to be any day like where you see in the deep red, which is pretty much always just Sundays, or it could be spring break or summer vacation. So Sundays and various days off you see in the kind of a deeper pink or light red, whatever you want to call it. Those are going to be the days when you can ask her out. So may or may not do a video recording episode on that. We'll see. For now, we'll go with this Sunday at Cup coming. So level 0 can't go there, level 0 can't go there. Level 1, I can take her to the event hall. And right now, Tawano Pro Wrestling is the event of the season. And that'll consume 12 points immediately, not on Sunday, but like right now as I'm asking her out, it will consume 12 of my 20 remaining action points. 10 were consumed with the course of the day, and so whenever you ask them out, that's 12 points immediately out of your action point pool. So let's go with that. 417 is a holiday. How about we go to the event hall together? And if you don't go with them on the date, in real-time mode, they remember, and they're not happy. Offhand, I don't mind this aspect of real-time mode. In fact, it's kind of cool that you have an obligation to date the girl on that day at that time. In skip mode, it's more or less just, you go through the days like you did in pre-confession. You just go through, except for you go through, instead of day 1, day 2, blah, blah, blah. And it will keep track up here what day you're on from whatever day you were on in the pre-confession mode. So for here it was like, I don't know what. Oh, that's my phone. What are you doing calling me, nerd? I can't talk to you now. Go away. So, where was I? I was totally distracted because I didn't turn my phone off while recording. Shit. I'll repeat what I was just saying to a degree. It was somewhere on skip mode. So in skip mode, it keeps track of your days up in the upper right-hand corner here. And it doesn't really keep track of your day and your date like it does here in real-time mode. April 15th, Friday, at 9:58 p.m. the time as well. In skip mode, it's just day after day after day. So, but it does keep track of Monday through Sunday, so you can only date on a Sunday in skip mode. So the date's established. Please decide the meeting time. When it is time, you will see a go to a date icon and you can then go to a date. So let's just say, well, no, 12? Yeah, 12 p.m. And yeah, this is all in military time. I completely lied. Japan goes by military time, 0 to 2300 hours and 59 minutes. This, whoever programmed this does it in American time, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, you did it properly. Can we go on a date, let's say, at 11 p.m.? I'm a night owl. I like staying up late. You can specify, as you can see, down to the tens of minutes. I like 11. Let's do this. Let's do a midnight rendezvous.
そんな時間にさ、集合なんてしたら全然遊べないじゃん。
Your girl will tell you when she cannot date you. Again, mimicking the more realistic side effects. Again, that's not an aspect I hate. I said I was gonna like totally hate all this. I don't hate everything. Some aspects are really, really cool. Especially if you're doing this just to begin with. Ah, really? Then what about...
待ち合わせは何時?
Well... Okay, let's go for something realistic. Let's go for something we can actually do, like... 7. And once she agrees to it, then you're good. And sometimes she can disagree on the location as well, and she'll just refuse to go to that location, depending on how happy she is with you, depending on which of the 3 personality types she is. Now, if you have like a bunch of hearts over here, if you have like 4 hearts in all categories, you can probably take her absolutely anywhere. Places she doesn't normally like, she'll make an exception if you have enough hearts. Even 1 heart in all categories or 2 hearts in all categories, she'll bend the rules. 4 hearts in all categories, you can take her basically wherever you want, with very, very few exceptions, unless she absolutely can't stand the place. And I'm not sure what all of those places are and whatnot. Again, go to the guides. And even they're not completely complete. That was more good English. Well, that wasn't improper. It was a little redundant. Well then, at PM 770, I'll wait for you at the station. Points were just consumed. Date is confirmed.
じゃあ決まり。今から楽しみにしとくからさ。
Yay! Okay, I'll see you then.
じゃあデート楽しみにしてるからさ。おやすみ。
Yeah, good night. I can only invite her to a date on Sunday or on a holiday, but I can still ask her to hang out with me somewhere nearby. As long as I call her at a reasonable time, that reasonable time is again going to be after 8 a.m. in the morning and before 9 p.m. at night. Those are the times when you can just hang out with her. Now during the school period, which is 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., you can actually hang out at the school and nowhere but the school. Actually, at only the school is 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can only hang out at 6 locations around the school. Between 12 and 3, I think you can hang out at 5 of the 6 locations at school and 2 of the 3 locations outside of the school. And then from 3 to 9 p.m., you can't hang out at the school at all. You can only hang out at the 3 locations in the town. But I don't think now is a good time to ask her out. No, it is not close to 10 o'clock. I'd better do it later. Better check my calendar to confirm my schedule, and then check the web for some info. It's actually later than 9:58. I've been explaining a lot. It's actually around 10:23. So that should change over once all the dialogue here is done. Then I'll have to check date spots on the map. Sometimes I may exchange gifts with her, so I'd better check my items. It's not easy to be a girl's boyfriend, eh? Okay, options, and options. Let's go into mail. I better check my calendar to confirm my schedule, and then check the web for some info. Okay, so the tutorial is forcing us to go into those, so let's just do it. Then I'll have to check date spots on the blah, blah, blah. I've already said all of that. Calendar. You can view results of your activities or check You Appointment, etc. here. When you see a special icon, you can re-watch the event that already happened, such as a date or special event. That's not this. This is a regular event. A special event would be like Christmas, White Day, Japan's March 14th equivalent of our Valentine's Day. The way they do it, Valentine's Day, the girl confesses to the guy, or not confesses, but like gives the guy a gift. Then on White Day, March the 14th, the guy gives her an actual gift. I'm not sure if chocolate's an actual thing, For a weeaboo, I'm not a study on Japanese culture as I should be. Gomen nasai mada. That means I'm sorry again. But in the game, at least, she gives you chocolate on Valentine's Day, and you actually go to the mall to buy her a gift. So it would, and as far as buying gifts for Christmas, White Day, whatever, you can do that for up to a month before the event. So, okay. And now we're looking at various stuffs over here. And all these days here, blah, blah, blah. When is the... Wait, I saw it. Where is it? There it is. New semester and anniversary. The star marks the day when you initially went out with the person. So it was okay. It was 1 week ago. The game remembered for me. Since I'm a man, I'm glad I have this written down somewhere. Stereotypes. So here's today. Okay, now this is something actually, when I started last June, I didn't learn this until sometime last July. When you hit back, it just returns you to this screen. So, calendar. If you hit swap, you can actually go to these various events here. And when you click on it, it will take you to that point in the day.
Saito, ohayo.
And I'll just go ahead and play this out. Morning, Kabayakawa. Ah, okay. You sound so happy about this troublesome day. By the way, Kabayakawa, what's your favorite animal? That reminds me of dream sequences. That does not make me happy. Dreams are something else. This looks like it might be a two-part episode, so that's something I'll get into in another episode. I guess my rant will be more or less... I thought this was all going to be wrapped up very quickly. Apparently it is not. Kobayakawa, what's your favorite animal?
動物？微妙。獣っぽい匂いするし。
Not an animal lover, huh? Well, they're animals. How about cats?
猫？猫いた？どこ？
That would be a yes. Yeah, I was about to say that you look like someone who would like cats.
なんだ。好きに決まってんじゃん、猫は。
So it's just obvious. There's grumpy poots. Grumpy poots? Boots? Ignore that. That didn't happen. Of course, but cats are animals too, right?
違う。猫は、ほら、なんていうか、そういうあれと違うの。欲しいな、猫。
Apparently cats aren't animals. They're something of a higher breed.
子猫とかさ、にゃーんって小さい声で鳴くでしょ？もうね、キューンって腰が抜けちゃうみたいになって。
Kabayakawa's favorite animal is cat then. Oh, and here you have to time it right. Let's see. The ear. And then the arm. Oh.
まあいいけど。
And so, yeah, her mood was down because of the 2 penalties that I hit. Was it 2 or 3? Whatever. So, by touching her on the ear, that made it go up. And by touching her on the arm, that actually made it go up twice. So, she's not like, yay, broad grin, happy, but at least she's not just like straight lips, like not really happy or upset. And it can get worse, by the way. If you continue to neglect her, she'll be like, and you'll actually see the head move left to right and she's looking down. And then if you really piss them off, it actually turns into a skull that like shakes because they're like so furious with you. At that point, you can't even hang out with them until you've, I think, apologized into the mic or something. In fact, if you continually from what I've heard, you continually do not remember to save before you go out of the screen, she eventually demands you apologize into the mic before you can even access that save file. And those are aspects that actually drew me into the game to begin with that I was like, oh, that is so cool, that's so unique, above and beyond for a dating simulator, and that's one of the things that made this game so incredibly popular. It's good to be able to hold her hand while walking. Cold hands, warm heart. Oh! Yeah! Yeah!
じゃあ、リンコは心が冷たいと。
I didn't mean it that way.
本当はさ、素直になりたいんだよ。
Now, if we're holding hands, why is the hand that I would obviously be holding, since I'm facing this side of the camera, why is that hand up in your mouth? Did you just like stop holding hands with me? That's a personal gripe of mine that happens a lot as you play the game. Okay, so that was the first part of the day. So most of the time you'll walk them to school, and so some events you will see one time like the what's your favorite animal, and some events it's kind of like there's a lot of lines of dialogue that you can talk about, which is kind of the story after the story. It's the post game, the Love Plus mode of the story. So there's a lot that happens right here. But what I've noticed since I've been playing the game for almost a year, every day, that'll be part of the rant that I go into later, that eventually gets recycled. I think approximately there's enough to last for all the days of 3 months. Every day for 3 months, there's new dialogue here. Sometimes you won't run into them, especially if they're in a bad mood, you won't run into them. But there's a lot that can be done in this part and talked about in this part here. And eventually, after they've gone through all the dialogue the game has pre-programmed, you'll just walk to the school with the girls silently, and you'll eventually get a chance to like hold their hand or something. Excuse me again. Jeez. And eventually it will recycle all the dialogue you've had before. And of course it's a game. There's a limited amount of data that's on a game cartridge, so there's only so much I can program into it. That's one of the fallbacks where eventually you realize, oh, this isn't a game. This is a girl. Well, you should have known that to begin with, but if you didn't, heads up, they're not real. It's a computer. Oh no! So many worlds just got shattered! Get over it. 3D is superior to 2D. There, I said it. Leave your dislike and unsubscribe in the comments below. Now this event, yes, I was right. It's the whole music thing. Music contest, which apparently is going on. Oh yeah, I can't click there. I'm like da 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 da. You have to hit swap before you can click on actual days. This whole week is, that was Sunday, nothing was happening. This whole week is the music contest. Like I said, spring break, and the date is already established for next Sunday. Music contest was going on, so swap back. This has to do with that. How'd I do? The music contest is today. Now, if you will recall earlier, there was, or actually I don't know if you could see it due to my big old screen or video camera being there, there was a little thing that had Rinko's head and a line there, which actually showed what you needed to do to get good marks in this music contest. Since that thing was filled all the way up to get 1 heart, I will pass this test. That little head doesn't, I won't say usually, but it doesn't always appear. So sometimes these are the random events that happen, which you can win or lose depending on how high up your particular skill set there is. This time it showed me in advance. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or not, but it did show me, so I know I passed this one. I'll just try to do whatever I can. ... Yes, I won a prize! Like I knew I would. So that impresses the girl and makes this part of the day very, very happy. It's probably because I've been working hard to improve my sense recently.
やるじゃん。できる男は違うね。
Different air. I swear I didn't pass gas. I promise you I didn't do that. Yay! I went to the theme part. Let's do that. Puffu, puffu, puffu. It's not bad to come here alone. And you'll see the various icons that occurred at the end of an event during the pre-confession. As I live throughout the day, I already see like how the event went. You get the X and the triangle, which aren't so good. You have the circle, the double circle, and then the circly, dirkly, flowery, lovey-dovey, whatever. Yeah, the description's changed each time, hasn't it? And so you see basically whether it went good or bad. So Electric Town also went good. I did good. Well, where should I go? Now here we have some options. Going back over here, you have the electronics store, the anime shop, and the... Where are you? The maid cafe. Where am I? I can breathe again. Okay. So where do I want to go? Let's go to the maid cafe. I'm in the mood for some maid service.
おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様。
I feel refreshed. Whenever he's in a good mood, that's what he says there. That one is hilarious. If I ever go to Japan, I need to go to a maid cafe just once. That would be hilarious. And the day has come to an end. So I'll bet it's like you have to check your calendar. And then check the web. Okay, still in tutorial mode. So calendar, not the calendar, I'm sorry, the web. Check out famous date spots here. This is referring to, it always defaults to this, the date spots. The info is updated weekly. And it gives you various info on spots that are very, very popular to date. You don't have to date there. You can date wherever you want to. So, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And then event news. Check info for movies and events here. It is updated weekly. And it shows you like there are various things in real-time mode that change throughout the game. Again, one of the cooler features. You see what's going on at the box office, and there are 6 movies that are rotated. So yeah. Again, it's a video game, various limited things. And to a degree, I love how it tries to emulate real life, but at the same time, you see the repeated dialogue in the mornings after a season. You see the repeated movies after you've gone through all 6. And sometimes it doesn't even go through all 6. It seems to be on some kind of randomizer. It tries to go through all 6, but sometimes it took like 3 or so months before a certain movie was rotated back into the mix from what I can remember. And then Hayami Saori Live. That either takes place at the event hall or the live house. I think actually, no, wait. Hayami Saori and D36. Those take place at the live hall. I'm going to go back out and show you that real quick if it will let me. It will let me. The compass allows you to see all the places you can go to in Toano City. And live hall would appear here. And karaoke. Oh, the karaoke's there. Karaoke's there. There's a noodle shop and a live house that have not been unlocked. Level 0 and level is 1. You have to upgrade various places by going to them, and that way you will unlock various things that are in that area. So if we'll go back to the places that I went to during the day. Oh, I went to the theme park for one. Oh, that was good job. You can't see it, so let me make it to where you can see it. I went there throughout the day, the theme park, and the level went up a little bit as the bar increases once you go all the way to the, well, my fingers you can't really see very well there, so let me use the mouse cursor. When you go all the way to the end there, it levels up as high as 3. And 3, the whole thing stays in red, it's maxed out. And what the levels do, other than upgrading and opening up more spaces for you to hang out here, there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 places. I won't reveal those. Go to the website if you want to see what those are. That can be unlocked here. As you level this thing up, various things will unlock. And also, you have to level up. You can't level that up. It is what it is. As you level up these 2 things, and I think at least one of them you have to level up to level 2 to unlock one of the things. These various areas will unlock. Once they're unlocked, you have to build them up to level 1 from level 0 to take your girlfriend to them. Or if it's a restaurant, you can't actually date your girl at a restaurant. You have to meet various criteria. Let's move this over here. You have to get various, I'll use my entire camera to move this about. You have to get various heart levels here in order to take them out to eat. I believe it's actually in the sense where you need some kind of heart level. So back over here, I already showed you, hey, I went there, I think it was there and there, Sports Center and Theme Park. I don't even remember where I went. Anyway, theme park, that has been leveled up a little bit. It will unlock other areas. And also, the higher up the level, the more likely it is that you will have less viewers up over here, up over in this area here. So, and of course, the fewer people that are looking. I better check my calendar to confirm my schedule, and then check the web for some info. Then, blah, 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 blah. Well, back to what I was saying, which is far more important. When you're up in this area here, the fewer people the higher your level is in that area, the fewer people will actually look at you, and the easier it is to touch her and then kiss her. Now, this is definitely going to go into 2 episodes. Let me see if I can't just wrap this up. Yeah, I just clicked on that. Come on. keep going here. Read the column for some tips about love. It is updated weekly. This area can tell you a little bit about how to touch them, how to kiss them, how to date them. You have the walkthroughs below. So you can pretty much ignore Eco's column. Stamp relay locations change at midnight on first day of each month. Take your girlfriend to each of these spots and you will get a stamp. Collect them to win a prize. Now that prize, the indoor pool, that's in the area with the sports center and the theme park. You already have the mall. The Tawano Lake. Tawano Lake is not unlocked. That's up in the hill area. So these two locations you can't even go to yet. I said these two and selected all three. Good job, Brandon. These two aren't even available to open yet, so there's no way you could go there on a date with your girl. And the date can be done in skip mode or real-time mode to collect a stamp. When you collect a stamp, you get a new ringtone, which I can't even access yet. Or maybe I could, but I'm going to go ahead and go through all these anyway. And there are 12 ringtones, which means you have to play the game for 12 months out of the year to get all 12. So if you're a completionist, and I tend to be a friggin' completionist, you have to play the game for all 12 months. And it gets even worse. I guess some of the rant will happen here. The Lucky Charm changes at midnight on Sunday of every week. Each week, if you can clear the Lucky Charm, you will win a prize. And that prize tries kissing your girlfriend at a famous date spot. Okay, I'm actually glad this one came up. The famous date spot is going to be these areas that are date spots. You have to be at one of these spots to get this particular weekly Lucky Charm. And it changes at midnight on Sunday every week. When you clear this, you get one part of a special CG that is only unlockable in the Love Plus area. So you have to get 3 Lucky Charms in order to unlock the entire picture. Each picture for each month of all 3 girls is broken up into 3 things. So you have to pass 3 Lucky Charms, which is only available in real-time mode for all 3. Well, you don't have to do it for all 3 girls, but unlock that particular girl you're dating's weekly Lucky Charm. To unlock that monthly post-confession CG, you have got to meet and beat the criteria for 3 of the weekly Lucky Charms throughout the month. And to get all of that girl's post-confessional CGs, you've basically got to unlock this or beat the weekly Lucky Charm 3 times for every single month of the year. I'll show you guys that in a subsequent video. And I didn't set my alarm like an idiot. Do I have anything showing here? I've been trying to check my alarm. I've been going at this for a bit of a long time. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. If this was over 30 minutes, I may or may not cut. We'll see. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If I was a little bit long-winded, I'm not going to cut. If I was long-winded, thank you for hanging in there with me to the end. I'll try to be intelligent and not set my alarm, next time I start this. If you like that button, hit that like button. If you dislike this video, please don't dislike it for the length of time gominnasai. But if you dislike it for any other reason, hit that dislike button. Not that I can stop you for hitting a dislike for the length time anyway. If you really liked it, share the video with someone, subscribe, and join the freaks! Love you guys very much, and God bless.